Hi, my name is David. I am your high performance coach and the founder of the Focus Life movement. I'm sure you must have heard people tell you that adulthood is a scam. Maybe you have even used that phrase yourself before now. The truth of the matter is that by the time we look at the volume of the work that we have to do, the volume of the demands that we have on our life, or better still on our time, your employers are calling you, your colleagues are calling you, your parents are calling you, your siblings are calling you, the places where you volunteered and everybody is almost pulling your life into pieces. You can almost wonder, how did I get to this point? When did I become so old that I don't even have time for myself? It gets to a point sometimes as though you are playing catch up with your life, but you don't even know what is happening in it. That is the reality of a lot of people. And if I can be brutally honest with you, this right now is the least busy you are ever going to be. Let me say that again. This right now will be the least busy you are going to be, because as you grow through life, you begin to take more responsibilities. As you grow through life, people begin to look up to you for more and more and more. You have more clients, you have more work to do, and your life becomes a lot more chaotic if not managed. So if you are in that phase and this is your reality, which is the reality for most of us, how then do we ensure that we are taking our lives back? In this video series, I'm going to be teaching you steps to taking your life back. But today, I'm going to be talking about the first thing, which is redesigning your life by defining your life pillars, or what I call your roles. Now, when I talk about roles, I mean, what are those different buckets of responsibilities that you have? So take for instance, if I should use myself as an example, I have the role as the father to my children, I have the role as the husband to my wife, I have the role of the HOD of the department in my fellowship. I have the role of being a child to my parents, a brother to my siblings. We all have different roles that we have given ourselves to, depending on what phase of life we have. Now, when you finish identifying the roles that you have, you need to be able to test its veracity. Why is this role important for you as a person? Why should you function in that role? Because see, there are a number of roles that you have accepted that you don't have any business accepting. There are a number of places you have given commitment to that maybe it was valid for you to be committed in those places a year ago. But today, based on the phase of life that you are in, you have no business having such commitments again. It is important that you ask yourself, all of these roles that I've listed out, well, how are they tied to what I'm trying to achieve in my life, and why are they so important to me? What this would help you do is to distill and remove things that are no longer important to you. I grew up in a village and I learned how to cook, with the firewood. And one of the things I learned at an early stage is that the more firewood you have in your fire, the less it's going to burn, because your fire requires oxygen. The reason why a lot of people are so choked and they are not burning the way they are meant to burn is simply because they are choked with a lot of firewood. You have too many responsibilities and you have to say no to some. Maybe because they are not so important again to you, or because you just committed out of that feeling of responsibility of having to be there for some people that maybe you don't go anything again. Right? So that's the first thing you need to do. Having done that, what you then need to do is to use this thing to design a framework or a dashboard for responsibility mapping. And this is what the table looks like. So if you draw a simple table, I'm sure it's going to be projected somewhere in this video, right? You have three major columns. Now, the first column in your table would have your roles, all of the roles that you've been able to identify that you perform in your life right now. The second column on that table would have the goals that you want to achieve in each of those roles. So take for instance, as a husband, I have specific goals. As a father, I have specific roles. As the lead consultant in my firm, I have specific roles. So you need to be to identify the goals for each of the roles that you have listed out. The third thing in that column, on that table, then would be the responsibilities for each of the roles, right? So the first thing, remember, would be your roles. The second thing would be the goals for each of the roles. And then the third thing would be the responsibilities for each of the roles. I want you to take some time out and do this exercise. It might look like something simple and not so much, but trust me, your ability to clearly define your roles, your goals, and your responsibilities is a first step in taking your life back. I hope this has really been helpful for you. I look forward to connecting with you in the subsequent series in this video part. And until then, I charge you to live the focused life and go make magic happen. Cheers.